Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot. My name is Stephanie and this is a reading for Libra, Sun mostly, most accurately, but also rising Venus, Mars and Moon sign for 2020 for the whole birth year of Libra 2020. So starting in October right now, you can watch this reading for a couple of months when it finds you. This is a reading that is more in depth. I'm gonna work with different tarot cards and oracle cards, and I work with Western astrology for the people who are new here and don't know me. I will look in the first part of the reading at single energies and the energies that are very subjective from your point of view, in general, where you want to go in love, where you need to look at deeper, and what may be the obstacles in your love life. And in the second part of the reading, I will do you and the other person spread. So I will look at you and your love interest, or the other person that you are in a connection with. So let's get started. You find all the information in the description box below. As always, thank you so much for all the Capricorns, English speaking Capricorns. I just want to mention them really quick because my Capricorn reading hit something in the algorithm and I had a lot of views, so I'm super excited, and I hope also this Libra reading gets the algorithm in the English speaking realm going. I will work, or I am currently working on splitting my German and my English speaking channels. So from 2021 on, I want to have my English speaking channel, this channel here, right here, that you're on right now, and the German speaking channel separate, so there's no confusion for people and it's easier for them to follow and find the videos. I will also start a weekly live reading series in English every Sunday, upcoming Sunday, starting in October. So it will be a live reading where I go through all the signs for the upcoming week, and I hope you tune in with me and you're there live with me. I enjoy this. I do this in German, so I do very much enjoy live reading on YouTube. All right, so all the information for personal readings, etc., in the description box below. If you have further questions, please ask in the comments. Let's get started. Libra, we have a new moon on the 16th, which I am excited about. I'm a Libra as well. So new starts when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to love, and also marriage for some people. The 7th house, the Libra house, is marriage. So, you know, serious business when it comes to partnerships. Let's see where you are at right now. And Mercury is going retrograde in Libra, which might be a little bit of an annoyance, I would say. But, you know, we cannot really freak out every time Mercury goes retrograde. So I try just to keep it light and not be too concerned about it. Okay, so I think this is enough. Okay, let's see. Ooh, first card out, Knight of Cups. Romance is in the air, Libra. The Knight of Cups. Well, I think this is you know. I'm not necessarily seeing, because this first part of the reading is really about ourselves and how we see ourselves in love. This is you, I think, being ready. I think being ready to show your emotions, to go forward with your emotions, to be open maybe again after a while of no partnership or no romance. I think you're ready to invite romance into your life. You're ready to invite people into your life who want to go with you on a more romantic base and who are able also to bring their emotions forward. This is a card of bringing emotions forward. Knight of Cups, of course, there can be somebody coming in, romantic interest, but let's talk about that later. But if you're single, yeah, there can be somebody coming in who has strong water placements or is a water sign. It can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or I think this card in the Crowley deck is Libra, Scorpio. So yeah, it talks about you as well as Scorpio maybe. But in general, the Knight of Cups is really about being able to bring your emotions to the surface, bring your emotions forward, and work with your emotions to your advantage as well. So crossing that present energy is, wow, Knight of Swords, another Knight. Okay, so there's a lot of new understanding coming with you into this new situation, because the Knight of Swords, that's air and air, you know, so it's a new understanding, and it might catapult you forward, and it feels a little bit like a romantic emotional quantum leap, if you know what I mean, because he's very fast. The Knight of Swords is very fast, very determined, goal-oriented, so he knows exactly where to aim and where he wants to go, and he has a strategy, and he's very fast. So maybe there's really something happening in your love life in the next couple of weeks where things are going quite fast in a direction, in a certain direction, and you're maybe a little surprised by yourself as how fast things are moving forward. Maybe you're already in that situation, or you're very ready. It seems like your inner self is very ready. And you're also ready to take action as well, not just receive action, because with the Knights we take action. Wow, you're so ready. Libra, this is amazing. I love it. 6 of Wands. I feel like your deeper knowing already lets you know that you will be successful. You have a positive attitude. There is something within you that feels very positive about love right now. Even though you're single, you know, even you're not in a partnership, even though you're not in a relationship, there is some form of optimism, of positivity, and of being able to conquer, being able to go for what you want. And this is deep, deep, deep within you. This is deeper knowledge. This is the subconscious. This is what's coming to the surface, and that's great. If there is a positive, optimistic card down there, then you are ready. This is really, all of those cards are saying, if you are not in a partnership, you are so ready. If you are in a partnership, there is a really great moment right now to get so much positive energy flowing into this and have forward movement. When you felt like you're stuck in a partnership or things are not moving forward now, I think there's a time where forward movement is very, very, very possible. Hierophant in the past, you're working yourself out of a Hierophant. I like it because maybe I think this is about questioning traditional models of partnership, maybe questioning your belief systems when it comes to relationships, when it comes to partnerships, understanding maybe a new spiritual pathway, maybe you course corrected, maybe there is a different direction you want to go into when it comes to living out your love life. And therefore this results in a very open attitude, I think, and that's very good. But still, it's not a reckless attitude yet in these cards. I don't see it. But yeah, maybe you're in a position where, like, okay, I'm not gonna do this the way I always thought I would do this. Something within you changed, a spiritual belief system within you changed, and you might have questioned the concept of relationships a lot in the last couple of weeks and months, and now you are ready to move forward with that knowledge, because the Swords and the Knights, they always talk about new knowledge, new truth, new understanding. So let's see what your higher consciousness is saying. The Sun in reverse. that's interesting. I love the Sun in reverse because it really is something that is a little more complex, but it's still all good, you know. So the way I read it is that maybe your surroundings trying to show you how things are happening around you, are trying to show you who you really are, and you are understanding more and more and more how things in the past have not worked for your truest self when it comes to partnership, and you're understanding more and more and more through things that happen around you, and you're seeing more and more and more who you are, who you want to be, how you want to bring yourself forward. Maybe you're not quite sure yet how, because with the Sun card it's like often a question of who am I, or often a question, I know who I am, but I don't know how to fully express it in a partnership or in my relationships or in my surroundings. So I think there is a very good understanding of knowing who you are and who your true self is. And maybe there has been a lot of work on the solar plexus chakra. I know I'm doing it. I'm wearing this sweater. So it's like this yellow. If you want to work on self-expression, on how you bring yourself outwards, then a good thing to do is wear a lot of yellow, you know. So try to work on your chest, how you stand and how your posture is with your chest. So that's it, because I mean, when we look at her, what she does is bring her chest upwards to the Sun. So yeah, how do you bring yourself forward in relationships, and how do you want to show yourself? Maybe there's still a little bit of hesitance, but I think you're very determined to just go for it and be very authentic. The Sun card for me is authenticity, play, romance. It's great, you know, it's a great card for romance in general. And you have the Knight of Cups here as well, so it's beautiful. So what are we moving into? And I had some uncomfortable, I had an uncomfortable intuitive feeling right now in my gut. So I think there is some anxiety still, even though there is a lot of deeper knowing that you will be successful. Still there is some sort of anxiety that is controllable, I would say, of the unknown. Well, Eight of Pentacles. That's a good card for focus on what is important, you know. On the bottom of the deck, the Five of Cups is here. So yes, even though it has been a lot of work already, I'm sure, there is still a little bit of work to do. You know what to do. It is not with the Eight of Pentacles, we know what to do, we know what to focus on, and we've been working a lot, and now it's really about the last bit of discipline. We know how to do this. There's nothing we don't know how to do at this point. It's about practice, 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 and it is about focusing on the details. It's not so much about I have to work all the time 24/7 until I'm super exhausted. It's more like, what is now important for me to do, and what do I have to focus on so I get the results, and so I feel really good within myself, independent and strong, and self-efficient. Because the Eight of Pentacles is a lot about working on yourself, really, but in a way that you reach the Nine of Pentacles where you're really very content within yourself. And obviously that's very attractive to your surroundings, to other people. But she does not look stressed out, you know. It looks very creative, it looks very chill, it looks very comfortable where she's at. It's not work that is this negative stress that is just like exhausting you. It's very focused and very still and very nurturing in a way, because with all these I think it's food, with all these things she created for herself here. She's nurturing herself through work and through creative work, and I really like that. And she's giving herself the time to see and to understand and to observe and to focus on what's important. I love it. So how do you see yourself right now? Six of Swords. Okay, well, maybe there's still, and when I first said there is this little bit of anxiety, maybe there is still some sort of hesitance to move into the unknown, into a new direction, into something that you don't know yet. And this is mostly in your mind. With the Six of Swords in reverse, I think you might feel unable to move on, unable to move forward into calmer waters. This is how you experience the situation and experience yourself. It will be a moment of self-discipline. Sorry to say, but you have now, I mean, sorry to say, because I know we Libras, we work a lot and we're very responsible people. So it's not that you're not responsible. It's more like, focus on what's important. Focus on what's important, period. That's all you need to know. And you know you can go into these new directions. You know you can go there. You feel it. You already feel it that you will be successful. I think you just need to jump into it. With this Knight of Swords, it's a little bit of just jumping into this last, I know what to do, I'm gonna do it. This is what I gotta do to really feel awesome about myself, and I'm gonna do it. And I know when I feel awesome about myself, I'm gonna attract love, I'm gonna attract romance, I'm gonna attract abundance, I'm gonna attract all the good things, also in my love life. The Empress in reverse from the outside. Well, that is a weird card, and I will clarify in a second. But the Empress in reverse from the external just tells me like the way they came out and how she's just turning her head away from it here. It's important to now focus on yourself and what's important, and not on people who maybe give you the impression that they are not in their power and therefore have a weird influence on you. And I think especially females, but doesn't have to be, but people who don't know how to stay within themselves and be with themselves and be within themselves. And I feel like I have a strong feel that this could be girlfriends around you, or people who are just with the drama, or they don't know how to really be in their strength, be in their power, be in their creative power, be in their divine femininity. All this toxic femininity as well, like people who are like over indulging, over nurturing, over giving, give everything away from themselves. You know, this is something that Libra has a hard time with, and also always needs to check. So don't give away too much to somebody. Don't let people tell you that you are not giving enough. Even if it's good friends or anything, you know what to give, when to focus on yourself, what to concentrate on, what you need to feel independent, to feel abundant, and to feel good, and what you need to work on. You know what you need to work on. You don't need other people. I mean, I'm telling you, but you actually don't need other people telling you what you need to work on. So make sure that, especially people who are unstable, where you feel like they are not in their feminine power, they are not able to attract people towards themselves, they're not being able to create something that is comfortable, beautiful, and abundant, do not pay attention to them. Really turn your head. Don't walk, you don't have to walk away, but ignore. It's really important to ignore those energies right now. Because the Empress in reverse, nope. And the Empress card is a Libra card. So not everybody can be Libra, I understand, but still, you can teach your surroundings more right now than they can teach you. Let's put it that way. And that's not always the case, but right now it is the way it is. Because I think you very much understand your struggles and what is your weaknesses, and you're really focusing on working on them. And even if there's somebody coming in, you know, communicate that. I think you cannot be perfect always, and you don't have to be perfect to meet the person for you, and you cannot be your best self all the time, and we cannot be this perfect being that we try to be, or that we are striving towards. But I think the awareness of what is lacking and where there needs to be work done, that is knowledge enough, and that is enough for attracting somebody who is on your frequency. And you're definitely not on a non-creative frequency, because the Empress is super creative. So I think you are super creative right now. So yeah, this is the Fears and Hopes card, Page of Swords. And this is, for me, is very much a Libra card. I think there is some sort of fear of the new paired with the Six of Swords, and fear of new understanding, which is weird for Libra because air sign. Because I think there is a fear of, as I said, you know what is your problem, you know, you're very self-reflected in general, but I think there's also a fear of finding out that you might not know everything, and we don't know everything. And the Page of Swords is this very investigative, curious energy that wants to learn, that wants to find out more information, that wants to open up the mind to new ideas, and open up communication also. I think maybe there's also a fear of opening up communication with people. I think now is the time. I think now is really the time to take that step, because this is also work that you can focus on. And now, of course, with the Mercury retrograde in Libra, it will be a little difficult and it will be a little challenging, but maybe therefore there is this fear of letting in these new ideas. And the only way you can let in new ideas is by communicating with the outside. So in whatever form it is, you know, it's reading, it's when you read, you communicate because somebody wrote that, you know. It's not, I mean, of course, in the future, or there's already computers who write stuff, but in general, a person wrote that book, you know. So this is some form of communication, and I think you can open yourself up now to ideas again of other people, and it can help you very much. I think there's a little bit of a fear here also to be revolutionary within this, because the Page of Swords is revolutionary and rebellious. Maybe there is this fear also to be that rebellious self, to be that open self, because it might have gotten you into difficulties in the past when it comes to your love life, but it's okay, you know. That's all I know what to say right now. It's all I hear. It's okay. It's okay to be at the beginning of something again. And that's the Pages. So, okay, that's interesting. The key card is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like now is not the time to take things slow. For some reason, this is the message that I get. It's not the time to take things slow, and it's also not the time maybe to link up with people like Knight of Pentacle energies. Yeah, because he's also coming here from the external. Earth signs, I might be cautious of people who take too much time. I get it when you don't want to rush into something, but come on, make up your mind, you know. It's like not... you only live once. And for Libra, that can be just a little too slow. So you don't have to, on one hand, you don't have to do everything right now. With the Knight of Pentacles energy in reverse, I would say don't feel like you have to do everything just right. There will be mistakes, and don't be too cautious. I think you might be a little too cautious right now when it comes to love, and that is coming through. And very self-absorbed, which I think is not a bad thing. But you know, don't close off your mind with the Six of Swords in reverse. And I think you're very much seeing that yourself. It's not, I don't think that I'm telling you something that you don't know. But don't feel like you have to take everything, you have to take everything, you have to do everything the safe way right now. It's good to be cautious, but don't be overly cautious. I feel like there is an overly cautious element here. All right, Libra. So that's for singles mostly and where you're coming from. And now I'm going to look into you and the other person. If there is a love interest, then this is for you. If there's a person you're thinking about, if there's a person from the past, that's all coming up in this upcoming reading. Yeah, thanks for being here. Check out my the Two of Cups is already coming out. Check out my description box for all the information for private readings and for donation links and stuff. Please, 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 please subscribe to this channel and leave me a like if you do like my readings, and leave me a comment, because that helps very much to spread me in the English speaking algorithm, and I want to be more active there, and I would love to provide you with more videos and more people with more videos. So if you like and subscribe, that would help me a lot, because I'm doing this for quite some time right now, actually for 3 years. So I'm one of the OGs of the tarot realm on YouTube, but because my channel is bilingual, I think YouTube the algorithm is just a little difficult with that. So it will help me a lot if you like and subscribe and share. I would very much appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, my Libra friends and fellow Libras, that's what I wanted to say. Let's see what the other person is all about. Oh, can't wait. It's my favorite. I know it's everybody's favorite. Okay. Bam! Oh, Ten of Cups in reverse. Well, that is the first card out, and that doesn't look all too good, to be honest with you. There's an element of this connection being not the fulfillment, the emotional fulfillment you both, I think, long for. There's some link missing. There is something that is always like out of reach emotionally, where you feel like, oh, but it could be that, but it's not. You might have had it in the past, that there was this feeling of homey, family, perfect emotional safety and connection going on, and it might just not have lasted. So that's complicated. As the center card, let's see what else we got. Okay, on your side, Star in reverse, Four of Wands. Well, I think this other person, I mean, they are seeing this as definitely some very close, beautiful connection. Definitely is something they also really want, or wanted in the past, or still want, I think. They have this feeling of joy, of really pleasurable, enjoyable, celebratory moments with you. They feel like this feels right in a way, but at the same time something is still missing. For you, I think there's a difficulty to see the full picture right now, and you might feel like, as we had in the first part of the reading, that you are not able to fully show yourself to this person, and this person might even sense that, And therefore they also have this feeling of that there's something is just not right with the Ten of Cups in reverse. Because with the Four of Wands, they're very much into this. It's not that they are not seeing you as this special someone. They very much do. But there's something that I think you're not showing them, or you feel like they are not seeing a part of you. It's interesting. The Hermit in reverse, the Lovers in reverse. Okay, they went from the Lovers in reverse to the Hermit, to the Four of Wands. So for them, in the beginning, it might have felt like they didn't trust the whole thing so much, because maybe you just, okay, I see. Maybe there was some sort of feeling from your side with the Hermit in reverse that you kind of just don't want to be alone right now. So there might be this element where you're like getting bored with yourself, or you don't enjoy the solitude element of your life, and therefore you hooked up with them, or you started this phase of the relationship, or you started this new connection, and they felt that. They knew, they saw that, and they didn't trust it fully with the Lovers in reverse. Maybe this is an interracial thing. Obviously, I'm not gonna, the obvious pictures you can, I think, decode for yourself. The Hermit in reverse. Yeah, there's some element here of you maybe reaching out or starting this whole connection because they might just not, you might just not feel very comfortable right now being alone. And yeah, well, we've all been there. I don't judge. High Priestess in reverse. Okay, yeah, and the World. Well, there was for you at this point a really new way of doing things, of understanding romance, of understanding relationships, and this was a very new world for you, and it felt good. It didn't felt wrong to do that, but your intuition, I think, was a little off. You might have also hidden things from this person, honestly, with the High Priestess. The Fool. Yeah, we have the World card in the Fool. So you were in a transitionary phase during that time. And you might have not sensed, I think you might have yourself not sensed so much how it was difficult for you to be with yourself. But you transitioned out of that into this new realm, really, with the Fool card in the World. So you started something completely new. At the time, I think you weren't very aware of that, or your intuition did not communicate well to you what's actually going on here. So it might have been like this feelings like, why am I even doing this? Why am I even hooking up with this person, or why am I even getting in touch with this person, or why am I even talking to this person? And you might have even told them, and that felt like too much for them. That felt like, this is too much, this is burdensome, this feels like just too much for me, quite honestly. And they really wanted to keep their stability, keep their peace, maybe protect their heart as well with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, and very earthy energy I'm getting here. Maybe this is an earth sign. So that's Taurus or a Capricorn or a Virgo. I think they were very testing and still are very testing about the connection and trying to really see what's good about it, what's bad about it. And they're kind of in a waiting position. Their deeper knowing tells them, okay, I gotta wait, I gotta see what this is. At the same time, they see you as like the soulmate connection and very deep connection. And this is a serious, passionate thing for them. It's not just like something, but in the past they couldn't fully trust it. So yeah, King of Cups. Wow, that's beautiful though. They might be in a water sign as well. So Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. But, you know, that's not that important. More important is that the King of Cups really is very emotionally grown person who very well understands their own emotions, can tap into their own emotions, and that's what they're trying to do right now. The interesting thing about the King of Cups in this position is for me that they are doing it more in theory than in practice. So they might work on a very mental level to control their emotions, but not actually feeling them so much. But at the same time, they're really very grounded, you know. So it doesn't seem like there's too much friction here, because there is nothing like terrible coming from the subconscious. But they are trying, at least that's what their goal is, and that's what they're trying to do, and that's what they're meditating on, is to be in control of their emotions, to understand where they're coming from, and to be able to work with them and be receptive of things as well with the King of Cups. Very calm energy, except for the Four of Wands. But this is a very positive attitude they have. Ten of Cups, I mean, it seems like it can also just be like, well, there's a lot of emotion between you two people, but it's just not shared. You are not sharing it. Okay, let's see this other piece of the puzzle. What do you see here in this higher consciousness spot? Wow, okay, well, you have a death card here. This is death and rebirth in this deck. I love it. You see the unlimited potential, really, of transformation, of deep transformation, and that there needs to be that things really need to also die and decompose so something new can grow. And I think you maybe even see a deep transformation within yourself, and therefore also in the other person. Maybe you understand that this connection was deeply transformational for both of you. For you, this is a big, long-lasting understanding that you're gaining with the Death and Rebirth card. And I think that you are really understanding that you're understanding this on a very much higher level, on a cosmic level, what this connection means, and how things also, I think in general, need to renew themselves constantly so they can have longevity, or they can have life. Because life and death, that's the same thing, you know, it's the same thing. I know it gets a little complex there, but it just, I love this card because it shows you like the whole cosmic possibility. Because where are we going? Where is our consciousness really going when we die? You know, it's still here. It's everywhere. We're not gone. It's everywhere. So you guys are part of each other, even though you're not sharing emotionally, and you will always know that. I don't know if the other person knows that, but the other person, I don't know if they understand it on your level right now, but the other person very much receives it and very much feels it and has a deep knowing. And I think there is some, and I even get, you know, it's interesting, I even get, if you're now sending out prayers to that person, there is some, maybe there's even some telepathic thing going on between you two. Because I feel like that person receives what you're sending out, because this with the Death and Rebirth card, look at that. I just saw. This is sending out to the universe, and he is also sending out and also receiving. And I mean, the King of Cups is a receiver because it's fire and water. It's like this. It's actually the perfect balance of giving and receiving. So this transformational energy you're sending out into the sphere, and if you're praying for the person, they receive it. They feel it. But yeah, there's something within you that you cannot show or do not want to show. And I think that's out of old Five of Swords in reverse. I think that's out of old behavior patterns, really, that are trying to protect you from people who are trying to get at you in a nasty way. I don't see this person trying to do that, though. I think I see that they have some unsureness here in the past, but I don't see them trying to get at you dirty or anything. Really don't. Wow, okay, it's a lot of cards. Well, they have a Tower in reverse, so you did something to them. You have the Moon in reverse, so they did something to you. In a more like a subconscious level, there's a huge conflict here between you guys, because I think meeting you did very much give them a reason to reassess how they lived their love life so far, and what they built and what they didn't. So I think they were very much tested with this, by this connection. You as well, I think there were just things coming up, old scars, maybe itching, you know. I don't think it's it doesn't seem too bad. It's intense, but it doesn't seem like you're in a lot of pain right now. It's just there is this, I'm not sure if I can show myself fully to this person, because it just seems like I can't for some reason. And the reason is much deeper than what is about them, and I feel like there lies the thing, because maybe you don't want to make it their problem or whatever. They got tested for sure to look at what they built so far and how stable their foundation is. They seem pretty stable, though, to be honest. The Moon in reverse is, I mean, that's scary, but also you transitioned from the World into the Fool, so that's, I feel like, the last stuff coming up for you here for some reason that is holding you back, and you're understanding, and you're in the process of understanding that. The Star card in reverse here. So what now is the higher knowledge of both of you for this connection? Wow, Libra, I love it. Seven of Swords in reverse, I love it. So no more, there's no more holding, like I think the truth is coming out, and justice is being communicated through this telepathic situation. And I feel like both of you might feel this is fair, like everybody, like both of you involved feel like this is right and this is fair how it is, like que sera, sera. That's what I hear. And you know, no hard feelings in a way. It's like this Seven of Swords in reverse, and maybe this connection was not very successful because we have the Seven of Wands here in reverse as well. But there is everything is in a way out in the open, but on a higher level, you know, in the 5D, as people like to call it. Everything is fair out there, and everything is balanced out and leveled out, and I think you both know that. So it seems like you're both at peace with the situation when it comes to the other person, even though I feel like you, honestly, Libra, are maybe not as so much in peace with yourself right now as the other person, but we only see through our own eyes on the other person. So I'm not doing a reading for the other person, if you know what I mean. I cannot look that deep into the other person than into you, Libra. This is what this spread is suggesting, and I don't think it's so much that you're not at peace. It's more like there's still this part of yourself that is afraid to show itself to this person, and that's probably for a reason. You know, it's even though your intuition here in the past was not necessarily right, because this person might have just had their own struggles and therefore acted weird, and that had nothing to do with you, but you were also in a very transitional phase at that time. So this is this kind of connection where it feels like, well, it's just not meant to be or something, or it's just there's a lot of respect and love, but it's just not it's not manifesting itself in a way, and there is this huge conflict down here. There's a huge conflict actually down here in the subconscious, and I think this is really the problem, because you are more aware, honestly, of what's going on in your subconscious than this person. They are very earthy, and people who are very earthy, sometimes there is another layer, you know, they are not accessing. They're trying to, and they're trying to actually really look at it and look through it and feel it, and they feel that there is things breaking down with the Tower moment, and they are feeling there's things breaking open, but really it's not. I think you understand it's not your. It's also not your. It's not your job to break them open. I think it's very hard to break them open, and it seems nearly impossible. They have to break open from within themselves, and which doesn't mean they are not receptive for love. I think they are with the King of Cups, but I think there's still so much that has to work itself up for them, and you're like very down to your core, you're very down to your, like underneath the surface, with especially with the Moon card here in reverse, like everything is coming up. That's how I read the Moon card. There's nothing that you can reach deep, you know, and pull things up. I'm not sure if they're able to do that right now on your level, which doesn't make them emotionally unstable. I don't think they are, but you know, they're just right now not like reaching as deep as you. because this is very superficial. It's in their higher consciousness, you know. It's higher knowing, but it's not higher feeling, where the King of Cups is. So that's okay, though, you know. There's still, I think, a lot of love, but you both understand that this is not, they see you much more. That's the thing, they see you much more as like the soulmate than you see them as the soulmate, and that tells a lot about their level of maturity and your level of maturity, you know. So, my dear Libras, did you date down again? If you know what I mean. Oh man, that's also Libra sickness in my book. Okay, let's clear up some of the stuff here. Oh, beautiful. Understanding. The Master. Wow. You guys, that's a world card. For me, it's a world card. Existence. I will look into the book because these cards have really great text also. Understanding, that's the Page of Cups. So that's yeah, that's new understanding when it comes to love, opening yourself up, learning, being an apprentice, you know, being ready to fly with these other guys who are like, come on now. we are your peeps. Let me check what's going on here with the Tower, because that's just a little cryptic. Okay, well, they want to just tell me more about you, Libra, and not the other person. Surprise, surprise. All right. Intensity. Well, okay, this obviously, there's a lot of attraction, there's a lot of sexual attraction. And this felt super intense for them, and that's where they're like, oh, this might be my soulmate or whatever, but they don't trust it. And with the Lovers in reverse, it's mostly not trusting yourself, you know. It's not really not trusting the other person, it's not trusting yourself and your decisions, what it is basically. Slowing down. Okay, so Earth energy. Yeah, that's the energy that is just not what I talked about in the first part of the reading. It's smart from their side, but it might be too slow for you right now. You're on a different frequency. You don't, you know not to rush into things, but you also don't have to be super testing all the time, because you just know. Yeah, well, there's a control issue. I'm not surprised, but let's not get into that. That's just too much. Let me check the book, because I really want to do it. This is the World card. Or this is the card in the deck actually that comes after the World card and is the overall card. This is the Sen card. So you are really you were able in this connection to reach points of being super zen about the situation and leave control behind, because the control is on their side as well. So what it says in the beginning of the book, I'm not going to read everything, but the first sentence is, the master in Zen is not a master over others, but a master of himself. And that's the point, you know. There's, as soon as you, and I feel like you've worked through a lot of control issues right here with this connection. His every gesture and his every word reflect his enlightened state. He has no private goals, no desire that anything should be other than the way it is. His disciples gather around him not to follow him, but to soak up his presence and be inspired by his example. In his eyes they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence they fall more easily into the silence of their own beings. I love this. So you might have inspired this person a lot, actually. Also find a mastery within yourself how to approach control issues. And then we have, right after that, we have the existence card, which is the Magician, basically. So it is that understanding that you are the master, and you can, I think you are very aware of what you can actually and can't have here and create here with this person. And there was this romantic element with it, with the understanding card, and with this cute bird card. But at the same time, because this is a Page of Cups in this deck, so there is this romantic element and this yeah, let's play, you know, but I think at the same time it taught you not to go too far, maybe. Yeah. Well, you have the Four of Wands here as well. Wow. Well, for you, this is also a soul connection for both of you. But it also came out on your intuition that is not necessarily right in this moment. So you might have thought, you know, you might have thought that there's something. Wow. This reading, you guys, it's so long. I didn't want to make it that long, but it's just turning out to be that long. Crazy. Well, you can, you know, you can split it up in a couple of parts and watch it in more sessions. But yeah, I'm gonna just pull the last overall card as an inspiration. Let's see what comes out, if a symbol comes out or an actual, and it all comes to your side. Mushrooms. I like the mushrooms card. For me, it's really, first of all, mushrooms, a lucky charm. So for me, it's a lucky charm. This is a lucky connection that really helped you grow a lot. And there might be some intoxicating elements here as well. So this really got you deep into the surreal a little bit, and made you realize how intense something can get, and test out also maybe the intense waters and where to withdraw yourself and where to go into it. So the mushrooms card for me is really like a positive enlightenment, like some sort of, you know, ayahuasca or DMT high. Not that I had it, but like some positive expanding of the mind and of your consciousness through an intoxicating experience. And I think this is what this was, that there was this very intense, maybe some sort of intoxicating, strong sexual element here with this person that you understood how to master, and that helped you expand your mind. So that's wonderful. All right, my dear Libras, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, like, comment if you like this channel, if you like my readings. If you want to book a private reading, you find everything in the description box below. Thank you for watching this, and please help me spread these videos if you like them, if you're into them, and if you're into those expanded readings. Let me know in the comments what your situation is. It is an insane reading. So much information came out and it's still flowing, and I could go on for another half hour, but I'm gonna stop now because, you know, good things have to end. Maybe that's a good end sentence for this whole reading. And I hope you have a great birthday year, starting to the birthday year. And I wish you all the best, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.